Okay guys, I am back and I'm going to record a couple of videos today. So we're going to do this cute little project here. And it's, for the most part, we're using Amy at Crafty Cats, her two Valentine's Day kits. And I think the one is called Old Love Notes, and Darling, I think, is the new one, right? Anyways, I will have Amy's shop linked down below so you can go check out those two and everything else she has in the shop. So yeah, let's get started. Let me show you what it is. So it's a box, and then it's got this cute little simple journal inside that you can give as a Valentine's Day gift. And I will have to pause, just early warning, I will have to pause in just a little bit, just to grab a couple of things that wouldn't fit on my desk so that we can transition into that. I went ahead and loaded this one from the bottom because the bow, and I wouldn't have to do that if I just trimmed off the strings, but I liked how long they were when it was out of the box. So yeah, it's just a bottom loader. All right, so let's get started. I was going to do some of these for Christmas, but then I ran out of time, and we all know that, right? That whole story. And I don't know that it's a story just necessarily, but so I ordered these from Casa di Cognito, and I will do my best to link that one too in the description box. And then we will probably be using one or two of these, and this is a Jewel design. Again, I'll link her down there in the description box. So first up, let's collage this, and it doesn't have to be like pristine collaging. Actually, let's use a little bit different one. That one looks like it got a little bent. So okay, so that one looks okay. All right, so, and I think these are just like basic cookie boxes. And actually I've been kind of wrapping them around versus, and then just trimming off some of the areas. Very collagey, right? And then, I'll be using walnut stain. You might see here that it says vintage photo, but if you guys, those of you that have been with me for a while know that I messed up my ink. And I re-inked a vintage photo with a walnut stain. So, yeah, there's that. Let's see, what was I going? Oh, I was going for my glue here. So yeah, welcome back everybody, and welcome to new subscribers. Yeah, this week has literally been one of the craziest weeks of my life. Not even gonna lie. I got so much done. And those of you that are new probably wouldn't know this, but I work at my dad's trucking company. And I have for like 22 years now? Wait, no, it'll be 21 this year. I mean, of course, I grew up in the business, so I mean, I kind of grew up doing stuff. And I think that's where I ran into problems last time. So we'll just cut this down, right? Yeah, you're gonna have to be careful about your gluing here. Anyways, so what I do there is I'm a bookkeeper. Like, I do all the payroll, all the accounts payable, receivable. It's a very small company. We have 2 trucks. I say we just because, you know, I work there, take ownership of, you know, of stuff. But yeah, so I do all of the taxes to file. Like, I don't submit it or anything, and I don't put it in the forms, but I get like all the expenses and, you know, profit and loss stuff done. Like I said, I do all the payroll too, which means filing quarterlies and all that jazz too. Anyways, I am done in record time this year. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of impressed myself. I was like, holy cow. Can you imagine if I could do this every year this quickly? Which, I mean, I don't know if that would ever really happen, but that's cool to think about, huh? Anyways, yeah, so it's like almost done. I have like 3 more things left to do. And like mailing my forms to Social Security and all that jazz. Those of you that have done payroll before know exactly what I'm talking about. Just the finishing up detail work, right? Yeah, so really excited about that. So yeah, hopefully I'm kind of done with that for the year. I mean, obviously I'll still have regular stuff to do in the office, but that particular thing is done. So that's pretty exciting. But in doing that all week, I didn't actually have a whole lot of time to do any like recording or anything like that. So, because by the time I would get home in the evenings, it was just drop dead tired, right? So this week there won't be any of the challenge videos. And the next project, because I kind of wanted to clean this up a little bit before I start the next project. The next project's going to be a design team for Poppiness. And that's Susan Taylor Brown. And I put in her Facebook group, like, what would you like to see? Because I was kind of out of, like, ideas or whatever. But, yeah, some people gave me some suggestions on kits, and we're going to do it. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about it because it's kits that I haven't worked with that are, you know, fairly new now. And as I was doing taxes the other day, I was like, oh my gosh, that would look so cute if it was done like that. So yeah, and actually, I don't know why I ripped off that one because you can just bend it over the edge because I did that with the other box. Anyways. You know, I didn't even look to see what time I started. Imagine that. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. It's been fairly normal, I guess, for this time of year for us. I did order my chickens, so yeah. If you guys are interested in that, I've got a, we haven't had chickens in a good many years. So I am going to have to revamp our chicken coop a little bit. Because I ordered meat birds and I ordered layers, so. The layers, I think we're going to build a new coop for. Closer to the house, but the meat birds are down the hill a little bit. I don't know. Actually, I'll be a little upside down, but that'll be okay. By the time we get the ink on over here, it'll be golden. Anyways, where was I going with that? Anyways, yeah, the meat birds are gross. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys have ever raised meat birds, but it's gross. They are not like normal chickens at all. Oh no, they are so gross. And then they get to the point where they can no longer like stand up because they're so heavy, because they're literally like from start to finish, like birth to culling age, it's like 8 weeks. 6 to 8, I should say. It kind of depends on how you like your birds. But yeah, they're not like sustaining as far as like you can't just get a meat bird and then expect it to live for a long while. I mean, I suppose some people might be able to, but yeah, it's not cost effective. That's not why you do it. It's mostly for health. Like, Paul and I really tried not to have the kids eating antibiotic type. And okay, so I'll explain that a little bit too. It's mostly like the hormones that we didn't really want in the foods that our kids were eating. And I know that I hesitate to ever say anything because, you know, everybody has difference of opinions. And please always know these are just my opinions and just from what our lifestyle is, right? Like, so we only buy beef like in bulk, and mostly only from farmers that we know, so that we know what goes into our food. And same as like the pork that we buy. We don't buy anything store-bought. Not saying that store-bought is bad. And I will say this, the industry standards have gone up a lot in the last 15 years. So like before, you didn't really know what you were buying, right? Like, and I'm not saying small farmers, because small farmers have always been more, and ranchers have always been more cautious about what goes into their food. But like, okay, like when you go into the store and it says grass-fed beef, it's really, that is a marketing ploy, because all cattle is fed grass, right? Like that's what they eat. It's grass hay, right? I don't know a cow alive that hasn't eaten grass. So that cracks me up when I see it in the store. I'm like, wow. Wow. It's pretty funny. Sorry. And I know I hope that I'm not like really offending anybody, but it's just, it's marketing, right? I mean, that's what it's all about, is we all find something to market our stuff with, right? And when they say hormone free, it's not that your animal hasn't ever had antibiotics or hormones. It means that when it was culled or butchered, went to slaughter, whatever phrase you choose to use, it means that it didn't have any antibiotics in its system. Okay? So there's these little things, and this is another reason why I love 4-H so much, is because it teaches the kids this. That they I wish I'd put this down first, because I kind of like that edge. So maybe we'll try to just sneak it up underneath there. But there's also the big allure of having one strip. All right, we'll just do it. Anyways, let's see, where was I at? So it doesn't mean that your animal has never had antibiotics. It just means that it went through a withdrawal time. And each 4-H kid, this is another reason why I'll always promote 4-H, and I'll always promote like kids learning about this stuff, is so that the propaganda is less in their brains and more focused on fact. Is that each 4-H'er that has a meat project in the county, at least here, and I'm pretty sure it's nationwide, has to go through a program called Meat Quality Assurance Program. And what that basically means is that they have to study and know about not only just their animal, but they also have to know how to care for the animal. They have to know what feeds are appropriate, that sort of thing. Okay. So they have to know proper dosages. Like if an animal gets sick, right, you got to care for it. And it doesn't matter whether it's a meat animal or it's a, like, for example, like a mama pig, right? It doesn't matter. You still are responsible for keeping her well and fit, right? Because that just affects your production later on. And it's not fair to her to be sick and having babies, right? Like, so it's like a standard of care. And it also teaches the kids about the medicines that go into animals, what's approved, what's not approved, what are the dosages. After that, what's the consumption for adult, or like kids, or humans, I should say. So they learn the dosages. They like, a lot of antibiotics have a 30 to 60 day withdrawal period, meaning that you should not cull the animal for human consumption if it hasn't been 30 to 60 days after they've had that antibiotic. Does that make sense? So, and that's also FDA. So that's what I was saying a minute ago about our world has like, or our systems have come leaps and bounds from what it used to be is precisely that, is that now we are more cautious and more conscientious about the food that we're producing for the public, right? Because nobody wants hormones and antibiotics in their food because it's just not good, right? Like, it's not good for you. I'm not saying that antibiotics in themselves aren't good for you. I'm just saying, like, you don't want like overdoses of that kind of thing, because the hormones do affect humans in the way that they grow. So all of that said, yeah, the kids really do learn, you know, what's acceptable practice, what's not acceptable, you know, what's harmful to the animal, what's, you know. So yeah, I do like that. But at any rate, yeah, now that I'm kind of doing my little soapbox thing, sorry guys, but I just think it's fascinating for people to learn, like, because unfortunately, there are some activist groups that don't really understand what 4-H really teaches kids. It does teach them to be responsible. I mean, same with like the FFA program. Because you have to be responsible, right? Because that's food that's going into people. I mean, you know what I mean? And I mean, it kind of ties into the whole being responsible with animals, right? Like, I mean, I certainly understand some people wanting to be like vegan and stuff like that, but what happens to the rest of us that, you know, are carnivore, or, you know, I guess what we're omnivores, right? That we choose to eat meat as well. It's all about doing it humanely and safely for all concerned. I mean, we kind of follow the hunter's code in our world, you know. We don't take life that we're not going to use, right? Like, I'm not a proponent of trophy hunting. I think it's wrong and I think it's disgusting. Yeah, that's about as political as you'll hear me get on this channel, I guess. But yeah, I think it's wrong. You know, if the meat's going to be used, like, for a while I was a little worried, but just like a little taken aback by like hunters and stuff that would go to these other countries and on safaris and stuff. But then doing research, right, you find out that, well, it's actually sustainable. Like they're sustaining tribes in the area. So yes, you can go in and do your hunting, but the meat is then donated to local tribes, right? So I think it's fascinating that these cultures like literally use all of the animal. Like, I so wish it was like that still in the United States. Like, I think at some point we are just so advanced that we forget that those kind of things are important too. Not every hunter will use the skins and whatnot, which I think is a terrible waste. You know? Anyways, okay, soapbox. Oh my goodness, you guys are probably gonna flee the channel, right? I don't know. I just find animal stewardness like important in our world. And I think understanding both sides is really important too. You know, there's always going to be pros and cons to just about every subject you have, and having open dialogue is so important. Because you just learn stuff that you never knew before, right? Can't change your mind if you're locked into your own opinion, right? That's how I look at it anyways. Sorry, I'm really concentrating so I don't nip too much of that off there. And appears my hands are a little shaky this morning. Okay, so let's ink this. Oh my gosh, it's so cute, but I do have to kind of I had to do it on the other one too. I had to take a little bit of a baby wipe and get off the little glue pieces on there. Okay, so let's ink it. And then we'll decorate it, and then I will show you the journal portion of it. And then I'll give you measurements. I already have it pretty well, like, already made, like, the sizes and cut out and stuff, because I wasn't sure how much time we would have. So, and I did kind of heavily ink this too. So anyways, back to my chickens. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the layers. Not so much the meat birds, because like I said, they're kind of gross, but you know, like, I guess people who have chickens will know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, chickens in them of themselves, I mean, while they're kind of a simple creature, they do have some personality. And I do like that personality. It's fascinating and relaxing to watch a chicken, especially the babies. Oh, I do love baby chickens. They are pretty cute. And baby ducks. Paul's against us getting baby ducks, so I will have to be probably, if I outlive him, then I'll have a duck. Anyways, okay. So let's go ahead and fold that down again. And I got these little things here, and let me show you the SKU. I got these just a little while ago, like a year ago probably, from Target. They're like dollars section. There's like the SKU number, and they're called wood letters, and there's a 25 count, and then these are the words that you can make with the tiles that are in there. So yeah, so I'm just going to use XOXO like I did on the last one. Or OXOX, right? Okay. Yeah, so I feel kind of cool, good about using up some of the stuff I've had in my stash for a little while. That's awesome. That doesn't happen very often for me. I usually get moving so fast I forget about stuff I have. So yeah, so, and I did ink around there on the last one, so we'll do it again with this one. And they're kind of, I mean, they're finished, but they're not like totally lacquered. So anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, so chickens. Chickens. I do find them fascinating. How many of you guys have chickens or have had chickens? And like, what do you, like, do you enjoy them? I don't know. It's the only part I don't enjoy about chickens is the middle of winter. That I don't enjoy. Yeah, just going out and 2 foot of snow, you know, to feed and water them. That's one of the main reasons why we kind of I don't want to say let them go, but we gave our last set of layers away years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, just because I got tired of like hiking through snow and whatnot. Okay, let's see. About there. And the art glitter glue seemed to work just fine gluing these tiles down. So, yep. I need a paper towel. So yeah, I think we are gearing up for the 4-H season. I think as more and more state mandates are lifted, the quicker we're going to get back to some modicum of normal. Now that all the election stuff is done, I think everything's going to start resuming. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I was wondering if that might happen again, and it did. So it's off just a little bit, but I think the more I kind of tweak that one, the less you'll be able to see it as far as like spacing. That's why I usually put the middle in first, but apparently I probably should have measured where the middle actually was. So, yeah, there we go. Super cute. Okay, let's set that aside to dry. And then I gotta remember what I did. Did I collage or did I just like layer up with the collage papers already? I can't remember. That's what happens days and days later, right? Oh yeah, I don't remember now what I did. Okay. Okay, let's set that aside for a second. Okay, so this, I'm gonna have to measure it out again because I don't remember from the other day. I think it's like 4 1/4. And this is just cardstock. 4 1/4. Oh, and the sun went away. Let me turn on a light. Hey, is that how it helps me? Okay, so it's about 4 1/4 tall, give or take just a little bit. And then the full length of it is 8 inches. So 8 by 4 1/4. And this would be perfect for little scraps, like in papers or whatever. And so these are pretty much the same. As far as these pages right here, like the dyed papers, these were printed at the 4 by 6 size on my printer, I believe, right? No, this one was the 5 by 7, and then by the time it got cut down, it ended up being, well, hold on. I think it's like 4 by 6 1/2, because let me... Okay, so it was the 5 by 7. Sorry, I'm getting all confused here. And then these were the 4 by 6. Okay, and the reason it's smaller than 5 by 7 there is because I didn't do the fit to frame. I just did, like, fit it in the field or whatever. And I have an Epson 2750. So, yeah. And let's see, I think there's... How many pages is there? I don't remember. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 pages in here. Boy, the more I talk today, the more I'm getting all goofy. Okay, so what I did is I went around the edges, but I think I want more brighter colors here if we can help it. So I might have to steal because that's like white right there. We'll use that one somewhere in there. And I didn't really print out a whole lot of the other ones. All right, well. That one. Okay, so what I'm looking for is I want to get some that don't have the, like, a ton of design on it. Like this one would be okay. Obviously I want design, but I don't want, like, the, picture or people or whatever. So like this side is pretty good, and then this bottom part here of the collage paper. Okay. Oh yeah, that's about a perfect fit, huh? So and I'm going to decorate it pretty similar to the other one. Okay. And I think I have enough for the top pieces, so I'm going to ink these. Oh, I don't need that one inked, just this right here. And it's just kind of like a simple collage. You know, it's not really crazy go for it ones. Oh, I wonder if it's going to storm. Hopefully not. It sounds like it's raining now. That would be weird. Rain in January in Colorado? Ugh. Okay, let's collage across the top, and I'll take and put that there, and then I think that other piece I'll put down in the bottom. Brain was buffering. And then we'll trim out a piece big enough here, and then that's where I've got to kind of stop the camera a little bit and go get some of the stuff I need to finish off the cover. Well, actually, we can glue the rest of it. And then, yeah, we'll I'll glue all the pieces on, and then I've got to move over my matte gel. And maybe you're gonna have to cut another one, and we'll just do that. That looks amazing. And then we gotta decide which one's gonna be our little front and center graphic there, like the little darling from the last one. Ugh, I gotta do something with all these book pages. They are just building up. Sometimes you'll have to go through and clean the little pieces out. They like to get stuck up in there. I don't know why I feel like I keep going quiet on you guys. It's probably because this is the most I've talked all week. Not even kidding. Oops. Okay, now let's ink around those edges. And this is, I didn't put any pockets or tags or anything in these little guys. I mean, but you could, I mean, at this point you could go ahead and start like decorating. I mean, I would do the next part first, the next few parts, but. Maybe this one isn't. Oh, this is my vintage photo. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. I thought that this one was the walnut stain one because I marked it on purpose for all that. Okay, now I'm kind of debating, do you really want to see the process of the matte gel? But I think I'll go ahead and do it on camera because there might be somebody new that's never seen it go on anything. And so, yeah, I think those are going to be too big for what we're doing. Let's fussy, or like, let's cut it down smaller and just see. But those cute little boy and girl right there might be kind of neat. Because I bet you there's a... Yeah, I think I'll go with these little guys. Oh, you guys have to just bear with me while I fussy cut these little guys out. Ooh, apparently I can't fussy cut on camera today. Go back and clean some of that up. I wonder if I need to go put on my glasses. That might help. Off of that one. There, that's better. Okay, put him here. Oh, isn't he cute? And we'll put his little, what is it, admiree? Is that what, like, the opposite of an admirer would be? There we go. It's her, and let's see if we can find a word that we like. I think I want it horizontal. Beautiful hearts. How about sweethearts? I was thinking sweet and then hearts here. Or we could be totally cute and do a Be Mine. How about that? Let's do that. Now, we're going to want something to make it stand out, right? It'd be really cool if I had a heart punch, huh? Maybe that should be in my little, oh, what if we do this? In my little stash, huh? I think I might get on that. But we all know how I am about actually ordering things. Pretty sure I drive Jamie crazy because she sends me all this cool stuff to order. Well, not a bunch, but I still have yet to order it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I'm okay. I promise, I'm all right. Oh, and just in case, this that I got here is just regular old like cardstock. And then craft colored cardstock. And then Gracie loves my little like Fisker's ripple maker thing. I don't even know what it's called. So yeah, that's just like extra from what she had done like last summer, because she comes in and she just starts in on all my scraps, which I mean is fine. I don't care, but yeah, she's pretty funny that way. So we'll be sitting talking while she's just ripping through my scraps and making them all accordioned or crinkled or whatever the word you choose to use. Okay, not gonna lie, I'm thinking this is cute. There goes the helicopters. We've had a lot of air traffic too lately. Don't know what's going on. A lot of military action going on up here. Anyways, all right guys, I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna go grab the other stuff that I need, and then we will come back and kind of finish this out. Yeah, all right, guys, I'll see you in just a minute. Okay guys, I am going to probably have to take another break in this video, which I know I don't know if it's annoying or if it's just me being like, thinking you guys might be thinking it's annoying. So anyways, let me know if you find it annoying, because I try really hard to make it like one thing, but sometimes with dry times, nah, not so much. Okay, so what I'm going to use is it's matte gel. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Okay, apparently I'm not going to be able to give you a SKU number. It's normally like $12.99, but I always use a coupon and or wait for it to go on sale. So, yeah, it's an acrylic medium. It's kind of like a sealer. I have been using it in place of Mod Podge, and I like it a lot better. I like the feel of it better. Here where I'm at, for whatever reason, my Mod Podge always gets like really sticky. And I've used like baby powder and stuff like that to get it unsticky, but it just doesn't feel right. So yeah, I just throw that stuff on there and we just go. And apparently I got too much. So yeah, we'll let that dry, and then I'll come back in and show you the end results. I also like this because it doesn't seem to pull on the Distress ink, because I use Distress Oxide, not just regular Distress ink. And there is a difference. It's mostly like the Oxide is more chalky in appearance, and just the regular Distress ink is just distressed. It doesn't have a chalky look to it. So, yeah. It does pull a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to let that set and dry. It doesn't take too long, and then we'll come back in and we will just finish this little cutie up. right, guys, see you in a second. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and finish up this little cutie. Yeah, so, yeah, it took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take to get it dry. I think because, like I said, well, now the sun's out again. Oh my goodness. That, I don't know if it's just Colorado, but that seems to be a Colorado trait where if you don't like the weather, wait a few minutes because now it's all sunny. Yeah, it's crazy weather here today. Like all of a sudden the clouds are gone. The misty stuff is gone. I don't know. It's definitely been kind of a bizarre winter here. We're like down on snowfall, but boy, has it been windy. Like last year was kind of a weird winter for Colorado too, because we would, and I think I talked about this even last week, like normally if you stand like in the sun in Colorado, even if it's a cold day, it's still, you're still going to get warm, right? But like, and I think a lot of that has to do with like the altitude and the mountains and, you know, just that sort of thing. But then, but like last year, it never got warm even in the sun. Like it was so weird. So weird. Anyways, yeah, so it never really got warm in the sun. And then, this year, it's been warm in the sun, but the wind, oh my goodness. It's like nuts. Okay, we'll have to figure out something to do with this small little piece, huh? I'll have to use it in a snippet or something. Okay, we'll have to get our little ribbon out here. Decide which color we like the most. And I did leave those a little bit long in case the new owner would like to put in. And I think I want to use the lighter pink one this time, so you kind of see through it a little bit. In case the new owner would has like a heart charm or something. I don't have any heart charms. I think I'm going to leave this one just a little bit shorter in that department. Not quite so long. Okay. All right, there we go. Let's get our little box put together. I'm gonna go ahead and slip this one in from the bottom too. And I was thinking before that I would have loved to have put the matte medium on the outside of this box, but I did one and it warped it funny. So yeah, I wasn't crazy about that. And then I got it everywhere. So I don't know, I'll do something with that box, but yeah, not for the video purposes, I guess. I might just use it for like personal use. All right, there we go. So that is adorable. And this little one is darling. So yeah, quick little projects. Yeah, so happy crafting. I think, like I said, I'll try to remember to link Casa de Cognito's, if she has it in her shop. I'll link it anyways, but I'm not sure if she still has these in her shop or not. But I think they're called cookie boxes, but I'm not for sure. So yeah. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and we will just talk to you soon. Bye, guys.